like Rogue Fun? We're breaking down all the sweet new international trailer reveals on today's Nerdist News. Woohoo! The Force Awakens was just a rehash of New Hope. I want new stuff in my new Star Wars movies. Was that you last December? Well, if so, get ready to stick an Ewok in it, because we are just 5 weeks away from the release of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and from everything that we've seen, it's going to be the totally original Star Wars movie that you've been pining for. New planets, new heroes, new missions. Same old Papa Vader, but come on, you're never too old for a visit from jolly old Papa Vader. He's the best. And as if our excitement levels haven't reached max capacity yet, 4 new trailers were just released, 2 TV spots and 2 international spots that are stuffed to the seams with all kinds of enticing tidbits. So to tide you over between now and Rogue One's December 16th release date, we're breaking down our favorite new things from these new trailers. Starting with the first TV spot, and who do we see? It's Bistan, or Bistain, or Bistan. Bistan, or Bistan.
We don't know.
I don't think it's Bistan. I think it's Bistan. You know, Bistan, the space monkey, your new favorite Star Wars character of all time. Bistan is from a race of aliens known as the Lakaru, or Lakeru, or Lakaru. Probably Lakaru. Lakaru's cool. Now jump ahead a few seconds, and we see a quick shot of K2SO, the enforcer droid played by Alan Tudyk, laying the smackdown on a few stormtroopers. Until now, it really seemed like K2 was simply going to be following in C-3PO's fastidious footsteps, so we are stoked to see him being such a badass. This is a majorly progressive step forward for robots in the Star Wars universe, and all we have to say about it is, you go, droid! Now let's talk about the new Japanese trailer and what's undeniably the biggest Rogue One revelation that we've gotten out of all this new footage, this probably very special necklace we see a young Jyn Erso receive from her mother. To recap, most of us have come to believe that the plot of Rogue One will hinge on the rebels trying to stop the Empire from mining kyber crystals, which we're guessing fuel the Death Star laser. Kyber crystals are, of course, embedded in every lightsaber and are the key to their power. Considering Mama Erso tells her child to trust the Force as she hands over the necklace, we're betting this thing is a kyber crystal, which raises a lot of questions. Is Jyn's mom Force sensitive, Force attuned, or just a devout follower like blind warrior Chirrut Imwe? Could Jyn herself be Force sensitive after all, and will that crystal eventually find its way into a lightsaber, maybe even one we've seen appear in other Star Wars films? At the very least, this definitely makes it seem a lot more likely that kyber crystals will play a big role in Rogue One's plot. And looky here at minute 203, who's that? It's Darth Vader! Yes, we already knew he was in the movie, but we're just excited to see him again. And look, he's making a weird claw hand, which means he probably just force choked someone out. That's classic Darth Vader for ya. He's definitely gonna be the one to kill Orson Krennic, right? He'll probably force lift him in the air, then force rip his spine out of his body for getting owned by the rebels, right? Right. Anyway, jumping into the new Korean trailer, we got a shot of the Death Star firing on what appears to be the planet Jeddah around 45 seconds. Now, we know in A New Hope, Grand Moff Tarkin specifically says that they are testing the station's destructive power on Alderaan, which means that they have finally worked out all of the bugs by Episode 4. And this test firing on Jeddah probably does not go off perfectly, and the planet will survive the firing. Barely. Next up, we've got a bunch of new shots of that mysterious space ring base thing that we saw briefly in other trailers, and these new shots give us some more clues as to its function. Notice the X-Wings descending upon it as it hovers over what looks like the Jungle Beach planet of Scarif. Yes, the same planet where we see the new sand-colored shore troopers, and the very same planet where we see the X-Wings flying past some of the new cargo-themed AT-ACTs. One with a cleaner shot of the cargo hold completely open, so back to the ring base. It houses a whole swarm of TIE fighters as we see them launching from the base in that new Spanish trailer. So here's our theory. The ring base is actually the entryway through a deflector shield surrounding the entire planet of Scarif, and the X-Wings are attempting to thread the needle to reach the surface. A new take on the classic trench run, and we love it. We've got great new shots of U-Wings, a cool visual of hyperspace, lots of badass AT-AT action, and so much more. The Force cannot be with us soon enough, you guys, but what about you? Are you as excited as we are for Rogue One? Is there anything we missed in the trailers, and are rebellions really built on hope? After Tuesday, it's a pretty relevant question. So let's discuss. It's What the Fridays, and we're talking about all this new Star Wars footage and checking out our favorite videos of the week on an all-new episode of Nerdist News Talks Back. Be sure to lurk our Facebook Live and Twitch feeds, and good ol' Onyx himself made an appearance at BlizzCon this year. You can see the insane aftermath on Nerdist.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Nerdist news.